there is no real, they don't touch on our childhood or our family at all. Like, we don't hear anything about parents or grandparents or who raised her. She just sort of is this 18-year-old welder, and we don't know really how she got there.
To be fair, I'm not watching Magic Mike thinking, Mike, where's your mum and dad?
I know, but it's just like you see.
I'm like, get your ding dong out! Get out, Mike! Back to the 80s, man. Back to the 80s.
When was the last time we were in the 80s?
Back in the old mannequin days.
Mannequin, right, okay, so this is pre-Mannequin, this is 1980.
1983, not a whole lot 80s yet, but there's going to be a whole lot.
This is my first time seeing Flashdance.
You suggested this?
I did, I don't know why, like, this is just one of those movies that I feel like I should have seen. It's sort of all over pop culture and it's referenced a lot, and watching this movie through, I kind of have seen this movie because it's just a bunch of music videos sort of strung together by a plot. And I've seen all the sort of scenes that you need to see, if that makes any sense. This was not what I was expecting at all. I just, from the way it was presented, at least in my eyes growing up, this was more like a Grease type thing. A kind of more family-friendly musical. This movie is not that.
Every day she works in a man's world. Every night she dances through the universe that is her dream.
I can't contain myself, man.
Film, wasn't it?
I have wanted to talk about this movie since I've wanted to watch this movie. I've rewound the ending 8 times. 8 times easily. I'll tell you something else. I've listened to the soundtrack almost every day.
This soundtrack is immaculate.
Oh, Gio. Oh, my, right. So...
I just calmed down, mate. I was trying to lead into it. We usually don't reveal our thoughts until the end. I can see you physically, you're beaming.
Yeah, I didn't watch this as a kid. I've watched this once before in bits.
Yeah.
Sort of seen it as whatever. It's probably a bigger song than what it is a movie. Yeah. Regardless, I've always really liked Jennifer Beals. Yeah. Revisiting this, I was kind of like, you suggested this. And I thought, oh, that's kind of different. And
well, we're looking for more of a female-led movie. So this one, I have never seen it just by the posters and the artwork and the marketing. Just seemed very female-centric.
You thought it was like a musical, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought this was more along the lines of Grease.
I knew the J-Lo video. I've seen references to this countless times. I remember the Jerry Halliwell video.
Yeah.
Countless parodies. The song, I know this song won an Oscar. Flashdance, What a Feeling. I know Giorgio's involvement. I always kind of, like, the song became bigger than the movie.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I never watched this a bunch, so I'm so happy you recommended this.
I do this movie. I thought it was great. There is problems. It is not perfect. Let's just get that out of the way.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how we can overcome the problems, my man.
Let's start at the start.
Lovely Paramount logo. Okay, nice and cozy. I'm seeing that mountain.
Yep.
Flashdance theme in stunning font.
Yep, she's biking through the city. She likes to ride her bike. The song's playing in the background.
You see this wee bike and this big bob in here.
So she's on her way to work, we find out, and she works as a welder. Again, this is pretty much all I know going into this movie is that she's a welder who wants to dance. She's got a... Oh man, I'm going to sound like such an idiot here. What's it called? A welding mask? Welding helmet has her name on it. It says Alex. What is welding? Just like melting metal together? Sticking shit together?
Fuse
metal with heat?
Fuse.
Okay, thanks for your help. So what is it that Eminem does in 8 Mile? Is that welding?
He does something with... He stamps... It's the thing.
You just stopped mid-sentence. I don't know. Fuck knows.
You're concentrating. You're delaying getting to the dancing. Oh my god! Right.
Oh, the dance.
There's this wee tune. This whole thing's like a Bruce Springsteen song, man.
Oh, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
It's this
small town Pittsburgh, isn't it?
Kinda cold feeling town. The steel mill scenes are stunning.
Yeah.
the heavy contrast. I watched this in 4K HDR.
All right, okay.
The film was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The contrast in the night scenes was stunning
That's good, though.
with the sparks and such.
I watched this off Putwalker on an iPad, so not the same experience.
Were the sparks good?
Aye, the sparks looked great, man.
Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson?
Do you know what? I seen that name, especially with Brockheimer. You see his name, you're like, oh man, this movie's maybe sleazier than I thought.
I would pair this with Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Don't know what order, but I would.
This is more fun than Roadhouse. The dancing in this movie versus the fighting in Roadhouse was better.
I mean, I'll
dance?
take dancing near the throat rips. That is so... I was talking to my mum about this today. That was the one movie I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid.
Really?
Roadhouse.
Why? That's a really specific movie.
It was the throat rips. I asked today. I thought it'd be the banging. I'm seeing a lot of pipes, man. So many pipes in 2 weeks, man. It's a lot of pipes.
Oh man, there is piping, there is plumbing, there is welding, there is industrial shit going on in these movies. The good thing about this movie is they balance it well where they show enough scenes of her welding, but they don't go into detail as to what the fuck she's doing. It's not as if she's working on this car or she's working on some project. She's just there's sparks coming out.
Did you hear what we said about welding? That's what we learnt for Flashdance. Like, I know nothing about welding.
No. I mean, we're the worst.
I can show you some moves.
Oh, I know an awful lot about dancing. Don't get me wrong, but like, welding is not my or our strong point.
It doesn't matter because
we're not men.
We don't spend long in the day shift.
No, don't you worry, because we are right back in the club.
We go to Mobbies. Is that how you're saying that? Mobbies?
I thought Mobies.
Mobies?
But like, because it's in an accent like Moby.
What do we call it? The club?
The club. Let's call it the club.
After work drinks.
We're introduced to these two guys. Don't know who they are at this point. Two guys are in the club and they sit down at a wee table. And one guy tells the other guy to like prepare himself basically. And no fucking wonder, because the first dance scene comes up. This is like an iconic scene, which I don't know, I would have imagined a scene this well known would have been like at the end of a movie. This feels like a finale scene, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we get our first of many dances in this movie. And this shit is fucking amazing.
It's crazy.
How good is she? I know it is a body double. I did find this out. It's not Jennifer Beals that's doing this dancing.
Oh, listen,
But no wonder, because the dancer who's doing this is fucking incredible.
The dancers who do all of the character of Alex is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, they all embody Alex. It's a performance by every single one of them. That's totally true. I thought that about the finale.
Yeah.
But this scene is just incredible. Roger Ebert gave this 1.5 out of 5. And can I tell you what he said about Mobbies?
What?
The heroine works in the most improbable working class bar ever put on film. A joint named Mobbies that had a clientele out of the Miller TV ads, stage lighting reminiscent of Vegas, go-go dancers who changed their expensive costumes every night and put on punk rock extravaganzas and never take off all of their clothes and never get shouted at by the customers for not doing so.
So he's like me, you want to see me titties? That's what I'm getting for that.
Couple of nipple guys.
Me and Roger Ebert, love the nips.
Grouse.
No, it does have a point about the really expensive great stage lighting in this dingy club, but at the same time, it's a movie, and it has to look good. 1.5 out of 5 is harsh.
Isn't that crazy? Like, what's wrong with you?
This movie has got a kind of weird script. I think this is a movie of two halves. It starts off really strongly and ends kind of strongly, but there's a little dip.
The water splash is hot as fuck.
Let's just get out there. Jennifer Beals is fucking stunning in this movie.
Totally beautiful.
She is beautiful, like classy, beautiful, like sort of has like a sort of aura around her.
Enigmatic.
Yeah, absolutely. And see her just like after the water falls on her, and she's flashing hair and like the water's whipping around everywhere. Man, amazing. She's great.
She commands every single scene she's in.
100%. I think she's fantastic in this movie.
And she's having such a good time in the role as well, it looks like.
Yeah, she's right into it. Yep, 100%.
You get burgers in this pure grease joint, man. I don't know if I would.
When I'm with a burger, it's like going to the fucking buffet at a strip club. You just don't do it, man.
The fries look good, but I still wouldn't eat.
No, well, I've seen my fair share of poor burgers. It's not the burger that's put me off in this scene, it's the guy serving the burgers. This is when we're introduced to the character called Richie.
Yeah.
He is the fucking worst. This is the reason that this movie dips and loses a coconut for me. This prick is a creep.
This pork pie hat.
Oh, what's he all about? So this little guy called Richie, this little obnoxious chef who's serving burgers in this little... Is it a strip club? It's not a strip club, it's an exotic dance bar.
It's like, yeah, entertainment, whatever, dancing.
But it's kind of sleazy, or it
It's
looks...
just a place you can go and have a good time.
No, it's not about against the club, it's just against this one employee in particular, this little Richie. He wants to be a comedian. He is not funny at all. He says a joke, he makes a couple of jokes, I won't repeat most of them.
You don't like his jokes about lesbians, no?
He sticks his tongue out and does a weird thing, says, what would you call this? And he says, a lesbian with a hard on. Just no funny and just kind of falls in its arse. He's the chef in this place, and unfortunately he comes back in the movie later.
We go to the dressing room.
And the credits of the movie, these women are credited as the Flashdance, and it's got all their names. Do you know what's funny? The guy who wrote the screenplay for this, one of the co-writers, the same guy who wrote the screenplay for Showgirls.
I wanted to suggest Showgirls.
We'll get to that one. That's a completely different movie.
I used to whack it all the time to Showgirls.
Oh man, that pool scene is mental.
Oh, I ripped it, man. Oh, I could have felt a pool.
We'll get to Showgirls. This is somehow classier than Showgirls. This is much classier than Showgirls. So this is where we're introduced to the character. We're not introduced to the character, but we find out that Nick, the guy who was at the club, is also her boss at the construction site. He's a really bad flirter. Is he trying to flirt with her at this point?
Nick was checking her at the club and he wants some info on her. I like Nick, man.
Do you?
I do like Nick.
Right.
It's not all okay, but
A lot of it is not okay.
we'll get to yeah. But he's a sweetheart, man.
Right, let's get to this because it's going to come up at one point, right? I'm trying to say this in the most polite way possible, right? He is punching in this movie. Can we say that?
He is also like double her age.
He is 36 years old. She's actually 18, the actress, which is crazy.
She's like the Bill Bixby Hulk with this jacket and messenger bag, man. Like, she just drifts town to town, dancing and shaking it.
Is it Michael Newry?
Yeah.
He's lucky.
He's got a big heart, man.
He must have a big something.
She gets home and she's got this stunning dog and a stunning apartment.
See,
God.
This is this movie thing that we talk about a lot. How nice are these fucking houses that these people live in that are apparently poor? This is a warehouse. She lives in a warehouse.
It's a warehouse?
She lives in an abandoned warehouse, which looks like... Did you ever play the Warriors PS2 game?
Yeah, when you went up to the clubhouse.
This is the clubhouse. It's got the arcade machine in it. This is a dream house. She lives in a completely abandoned warehouse in Pittsburgh.
She's
but it's like
so cool.
also
man.
so cozy. It's like a nice wee couch with throwovers on it. Her bed looks comfy as fuck.
Our flatmate is this really cute
The
dog.
dog is so cute.
She gets in and she asks,
Did you get laid? That's a funny line.
that is so funny.
She's sitting watching ballet on her couch. She's drinking a beer because she's cool.
She's drinking a Diet Pepsi.
Is it a Diet Pepsi?
It's one of those tin cans.
It looks like a beer can.
Stunning.
This is 80s, isn't it?
She's watching ballet and she mimics what she sees.
And she spills the Pepsi over herself.
And then this scene next.
This got me hot and bothered.
It's this maniac scene. It's stuck on every Halloween CD and playlist ever. It's became like that. I always feel like somebody's watching me. You can't really appreciate it until you sort of reset yourself and see it like this.
Yeah, because this song's been so overdone, but
this scene is phenomenal.
she is, again, amazing in this scene.
I wrote amazing, hot AF, BTW. She does this like head shake. She does this like rhythmic.
It's a kind of effortlessness.
I've just wrote I love the head shake. I'm doing it now, and I was.
Yeah.
You don't get it until you watch it. This is what she lives for.
Yeah, she does kind of transform, doesn't she? She is kind of different, and we see that in other scenes. Another wee cute scene here when, like, afterwards, after she's done the hard workout, she's like taking a big drink because she must be knackered, and the dog's got a towel wrapped around its neck. That's cute.
The dog has a wee towel around its neck. OMG.
Aye, that's cute. Aye, I love that.
We cut to this prestigious school.
Well, I don't know what this is called, the ballet school, the ballet institution or whatever. It kind of looks like Glasgow Art Gallery.
It's this pure Suspiria ballerina school.
Aye. These kind of schools in general give me the fear. Elitist ballet schools are probably for like wee lassies at a young age. Really strict on them, really harsh on them about their weight and their diet and posture and all that sort of stuff. This is the sort of place that
Have you just watched John Wick 2?
well, exactly. John Wick 2 or that fucking Black Widow movie. But you know what I mean? In general, these things are just, they give me the creeps, man.
I think the greatest thing about this movie is its simplicity. Alex isn't trying to save the world. She isn't trying to win the big competition. She's just trying to get into the school.
Yeah, that's that. You're right, it's totally simple. It's not as if it's like, there's not like some evil villain. It's like, oh, I have to beat them because they are the rich entitled person. I need to win because I'm from a working class background. It's just like, I love dancing and I want to go to a ballet school because I love ballet.
I think it paints a better picture of a sort of class warfare than a lot of different types of films of its ilk. I really do. Or films that even tried harder.
Yeah, this is dead simple. I mean, she goes into the school. She obviously came after work or before work, maybe. She went in her work overalls and her boots and stuff. She shows up. People are kind of looking at her. I'm not making it too obvious. It's not like too on the nose, but people are kind of looking at her as if like, who are you? She queues up at the admission desk, I think it is. People are like, she's handing out the applications and she can see people looking at her and people are kind of whispering to each other. And I guess
this denim dancer feels out of place in this non-denim world.
Nice. I like how you've done that, yeah. She's got a lot of denims on.
This is it. This is the story.
Yeah.
Terrified of this bit.
Yeah, she doesn't, I guess, feel she's good enough.
She's just scared to try.
Yeah.
This was the first sort of failed attempt. She gets back to work at the mill and Nick wants Alex and she's like, nah.
Again, wee bit of boundaries here. He's her boss. He asks her out for dinner and she kind of politely says no. At this point I'm like, mate, you're kind of finessing her. Maybe not yet, but it's like she said no, so now no means no, just leave her alone now. But he does not leave her alone. They do a good job of not making it like that he's a creep or anything. It looks like he's genuinely charming and genuinely just like is interested in her, which is fine, but it's kind of weird that he's his boss. Why can't he just be another guy who works there? Does he need to be the boss? Is that really important? But I know what you're saying. It's fine.
I'm not saying it. No, I didn't say it. I agree.
Sorry. I'm kind of having an argument with myself, I suppose.
No, I know. I just think there's worse versions of this character in 80s movies.
100%.
And
there's a worse version of this character in this movie coming up later.
I'm not going to defend it at all. But yeah, I think by the end, he's so... We'll get to it. Alex visits Hannah.
She visits this old lady who is making her outfits, I suppose. I don't know if she's making them or if she's just like altering them or stuff like that. She tells her that she went to the school today but she couldn't do it. She kind of lies to her here, but she says basically she didn't have time or slipped her mind or something. But in reality, we as a viewer know that she's just sort of doubted herself but didn't go ahead with it. This old lady is totally fine in this movie, but again, I don't know who she is. It doesn't really explain the relationship.
I believe Hannah's a retired ballerina, a friend of Alex's, who's just sort of a confidant and kind of like our inspiration. They've got a really sweet relationship, I think.
There is no real, they don't touch on her childhood or her family at all. Like, we don't hear anything about parents or grandparents or who raised her. She just sort of is this 18-year-old welder and we don't know really how she got there.
To be fair, I'm not watching Magic Mike thinking, Mike, where's your mum and dad?
I know, but it's just like we see scenes.
I'm like, get your ding dong out! Get out, Mike!
I suppose I should just be focusing on the dancing and stop trying to create a character.
I think Alex is a phenomenal protagonist, man.
Here's where I think we're going to disagree for the first time. I think she is now, at this point in the movie. I think this movie really does a lot to harm her character. Towards the end, they make her a schizo in this movie. They make her fucking mental. Yeah, she goes to the confessional booth. She says to the priest, it's been 2 weeks since my last confession, I've been thinking a lot about sex recently. And then she says something like, but who doesn't think about sex? And she's like, oh, probably you, because you're a priest, or something like that. And then she totally changes subject and then talks about how she just lied to the old woman there. What was that scene about? That was weird. Why did she mention sex?
To show that she was starting to think about Nick, I think.
Possibly, that's what it was. It just seemed like kind of out of place and not related to the plot.
I think just Rocky was going to a priest as well, and she was like,
This is very Rocky. There's a lot of parallels to this in Rocky.
Yeah. Like me screaming at the end of both. The priest is like, here, what's this about dancing?
That's how he says it.
What's this about the dance?
What's this about the dancing?
What's this about the dancing?
You dancing? I heard you're at dancing. You're 18, you can't go to dancing.
Go wild. Oh my god, man. Right. We cut to one of cinema's greatest villains, man. This is Johnny C.
Johnny C, yeah. Biggest slime ball you'll ever meet in any movie. Get the greased back.
Oh, this rat is left out in the sun for the 50s, man. He was like...
He's a greaser. He combs his hair with oil. He's got one of those like, he gets a knife, he fucks out, it's just a comb.
Oh, he's a pure slime ball, man. And him and his pal are like hype men for our rival club.
Oh, he's a hype man. His pal's basically a bouncer. His pal stands in the back and does nothing.
His pals took a hit to the head.
Oh, 100%. He is not all there. Like Johnny, fucking goon bastard. He's just a fucking goon, isn't he?
Johnny C. Oh man. Oh you know Johnny C refers to his motor as his wheels.
Oh, definitely. Gotta get my wheels shined.
How many pounds you think he lost the dead man's coffin?
Oh, always like college greasers. Like he's the last remaining greaser alive. Find that fucking his pal with the brain injuries is the only one that lived. He was in the passenger seat.
He still misses his sweetheart. Oh man, right, so Johnny C says to his other pal that he looks like a one-man swamp.
That's a good insult.
That's good. And he kind of does.
Yeah, just to show that this is the sort of introduction to, I guess, our best friend, or at least the friend who gets most screen time. Jeannie. Okay, so this is when we're introduced to Jeannie.
They're washing clothes, they find boxers. Jeannie's really sweet, they've got a good friendship.
Yeah, a wee bit of banter, and then they're leaving the laundromat and they run into Johnny C, who I think kind of knows them. He's saying something about like, oh girls, why don't you come to my club tonight and stuff, but I think he already knows that they work in the rival club, am I right?
He's a regular there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Probably recruiting girls for his club, I assume, maybe try to steal. So he's kind of...
You've given this guy a whole backstory. To be fair, he does do that.
He does. And he tries to them, that's what he's doing in this scene. He's telling them to come work for him.
Johnny waits for them to get to a real low point before he swoops on.
He knows what he's doing. And he calls them cunts.
It's crazy, but this is R-rated.
So far up until this point where he's called them cunts, a kind of relatively family-friendly movie.
You sort of know the guy's got, like you said, maybe like a wee penknife when he's soaked, but you don't know how...
But here he just sort of goes full sleazebag. So yeah, the friends end up going to, I don't know if it's the gym or somewhere together, to meet the other girls, the other flash dancers, and we have like another workout montage to I Love Rock and Roll.
It's so 80s, it's amazing.
This is the most 80s I think this movie goes. One of my favourite lines in this movie kind of comes out of nowhere as well, where the black woman goes, I'm glad I ain't no honky.
That's brilliant. She delivers it so well.
I know, I'm butchered at I'm sorry.
They have a really good time working it together.
And I've got a really good time watching it.
Okay. Pause. Get the tape. Street dancer. We get a street dancing scene.
So there's two scenes here back to back. We have a scene where they're watching some street dancer / mimes It's like a fun scene. It's like they start off just watching this one guy in the park or this one kid, but then like a group gathers and kind of is as if they've been standing there for hours.
The scene goes on and Alex is observing every single aspect of this dance.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because it comes into play.
Yeah, no, 100%, and that's fine, but it goes on a little bit long.
The backbreak landing that this kid does at one point.
It's the very end. This guy falls flat on his back and then jumps back up again.
It was stunning to see on film.
Yeah, or no, and these, I have no idea, I don't know if they're professional dancers. I would like to imagine that they are just like street dancers that the film crew just found.
Speaking of, this next scene.
And this feels like filler. So she helps the traffic with this traffic cop guy. This scene feels really random.
This guy was real.
Yeah, apparently he is a big part of Pittsburgh and stuff, so that's why he's in this movie to show this is the set we're in.
It adds colour to this world. I love it.
It does, but like, also, if you're not from Pittsburgh, do you really care? And like us, I didn't know that until after the movie where I looked up on the trivia.
But they kind of flirt and it shows that Alex is just so full of life and fun and like just so full of vigour, man. And like, I think regardless of her situation, she's always getting up and going for it. And like, the place is so full of hijinks. And that guy does do that in real life for a working class town, man. I mean, that's kind of...
And that's nice and stuff, but I don't dislike these scenes. I just feel like there's these two scenes back to back where all this breakdancing goes on for about 3 minutes, and then she's dancing this traffic cop, and it's just like, I feel like they could at least cut this down and told the same story in about 30 seconds rather than about 3.5 minutes. I feel like it's padding a wee bit.
Did you like the next scene when we're eating corn?
They're having dinner, she's at her friend's house and they're having dinner. Her dad is a prick.
The dad criticises her weight. Yeah, the dad's a challenging character who breaks my heart eventually.
Yes, they're sitting at the dinner table and he's basically just moaning about how much it costs him and stuff for these ice skating lessons or whatever.
Jeannie gets it tough and, you know, there's probably not a lot of money coming into the house and I think he's really great in this.
But yeah, he just has no belief in her, really.
And he's eating this massive free bentos and it's like on his side, this massive pie in a tin, and it looks like he's like...
He's a man, doesn't matter about his weight.
But
the women in his life need to be a certain size, but he can be whatever size he wants.
But he's in charge of the distribution, it looks like.
No, the women of the household makes the dinners and deals with the dinners as long as he gets his.
But he's serving the pie, it looks like. Did you see this
serving
thing?
It to himself, aye.
It's right up against
He's
him.
like, you make me a pie and then you make your own dinners. That's why he's a prick. This guy. Again, I'm making backstories for all these people who don't have any, but in my mind he's just this abusive husband and father. We cut to the next scene, which is at the ice rink.
I've got ice skating.
Yeah, this seems fine. It just kind of shows you, again, Alex and her friend sort of getting a bit close to each other. And this is impressive. Ice skating is fucking amazing. Like, I would never go out my way to watch ice skating, but see whenever like the Olympics is on or whatever, and you're turning the channels and like, you come across ice skating, you're like, these fuckers are talented, man. It's fucking crazy.
I am terrible out there. You know, you'll hear people say you should see me out there. I'm terrible and nice.
I've never been able to learn how to ice skate. I'm the guy who holds onto the side and just goes around this outside.
That was me in New York in Central Park.
Did you do that?
Oh, I went ice skating.
We went to watch me play skate, but we never. No.
Yeah.
Stephanie was like, I'm not doing that. I will break my ankles.
I was terrible. Amanda was amazing.
Was she?
Great.
Aye.
We get married to this chef comedian, man. We get married Richie, and he's like this pure John Cryer knockoff. I've called him John Dyer.
Richie gets punched in the stomach. I laughed. His stand-up bombs hard, but he kind of makes a comeback, question mark. So it's totally, you say that before, it's totally Joker. Like, when he's going up his wee book and his wee notes, and the jokes are not working at all. And then he kind of like gives up on his material and just says like, look, give me a break, I'm the chef in this place, if you don't laugh, like, I'll put cockroaches in your burgers or something. And he gets a wee laugh because he's not like trying too hard, I think, is the joke. That's isn't funny though. He goes on to tell a couple of jokes. He gains a wee bit of confidence, so he's like, alright, maybe I'm quite funny. Because it must be, I've never done stand-up, but I imagine it's fucking terrifying and really difficult.
But you're sandwiched between boobs. You're not going to win regardless.
Aye, he should be there. He's the guy to introduce the girls. He's more like an MC than a comedian, but he's trying to actually, he thinks this is like his big shot in this wee sleazy club to like.
It's not the sleaziest club though, because you don't really get naked and.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even like a pure rundown titty bar. It's just like a regular pub.
You're here to drink hard and watch some like pure nice choreographed dance. Did you see Robert Wool in this audience from Batman?
Yes, I think I did, because there's one guy, is that the guy who doesn't like him at first, but then he kind of laughs and goes, "Oh, this kid's alright," or something like that.
That's a terrible Robert Wool. I can't do a good tune.
I put, well, where's yours then?
I can't think his voice to do it. Hey, Batman. I don't know.
That's 66 Batman. Alex shows up, and this is where our man, Big Johnny C, grabs her by the arse, just full on, just ass grabs her. Again, she's a totally fucking great character. She just picks up a beer and just pours it right down his pants. He lets her go. He's like, oh.
He tells his pal, he says, take a walk, but he says, get the bimbos. Johnny C is such a scumbag, man. Oh.
I guess it's a couple of hours later. Richie and Alex are leaving the club.
The comedian walks to the car and I expect a bomb to go off. It's lit so nefariously.
Johnny C and his mad creepy pal sort of show up. They follow them out of the club and he tries to grab her by the arm. He's like, "Oh, come on with me."
It gets dark, man.
Big Johnny C's trying to drag her away, and then we've got our saviour. Big Nick shows up in his Porsche.
Oh, Nick shows up. Yeah, he's cool, man. Nick's cool.
So, has Nick got a past? We don't really get into it, but like, this Johnny C guy seems to know Nick.
When you like own the mining town, you are the king of the town.
I think that's all it is. I think it's just because he's so powerful, like,
Definitely.
politically.
Yeah, it is implied. I'm sure there's a past between them at some point. He pursues her with a car.
What is this? So he's like, "Do you want to ride home?" She's like, "No, I've got my bike."
But
so
he
she goes on her bike,
chases her.
and he is right up her arse. He is behind her the entire journey home.
Slowly chases her. They're flirting with vehicles.
But he's not even chasing her. He is following her. Like, he is behind her in the car, and he's got like full beam lights on. He's got like the fog lights on, and she's like riding her wee bike, but she's smiling.
Well, she likes when he questions a date with her and kids on his sack her.
Again, HR would have a fucking field day with this. She's like, I can't date the boss, and he goes, "You're fired. I'll pick you up for dinner." Clearly a joke, right? But still.
They watch the ice skating. Nick's here with Alex. Richie's here. And Richie slags the boss for being old.
As the age difference, at least they sort of acknowledge it here. He's 18 years older than her. That's weird, isn't it? Is that weird? How much is too much of an age difference? In your personal opinion? But so you're 30, well, you're almost like, say you're 36, say you're the same age as him in this movie, because you pretty much are. He's a year older than you. I know you're married, right? Imagine she doesn't exist in this scenario. Could you date an 18-year-old?
I'm older, man. I am the MILF generation. At this point, it'll be a GILF I go for.
I've totally with you, by the way.
It's always been older. I like strong types. People that are like, yeah, like I've got a handle on it. Or just a big dirty mouth, man. Big Ava Devine.
Big dirty mouth.
The dad is so bored at this ice skating, man.
The dad's a miserable prick. And I get he's an older generation who's probably in some war, I don't know. But like, fucking cheer up, man. Your daughter is like ice skating. Even if she doesn't win this competition, do you think that's amazing?
Jeannie dances to Gloria and it's phenomenal,
this
man.
This is amazing. This is so good to watch.
The dad says to the mum, "That was you 30 years ago." And
it's a kind of nice wee compliment, though. Yeah. He's kind of like, oh, look how beautiful she is. It's the first thing that he says that's positive in this movie.
Jeannie kind of starts to like...
She fucks it.
Yeah.
She falls, and I guess... But she falls in the ice, and basically that's it. The competition's over. It's fails.
Brutal, man. It is so sad.
Story-wise, it's sort of Jennifer Beals, Alex's biggest fear. That's the reason she won't do the ballet, is because she doesn't want to fail or fall.
It happens a couple of times, and I think the movie... The edit is pretty solid. It moves. It does move really well, like a really great song. This dad does come back around, and there is a sort of punctuation on this attitude of his. He pushes Richie out the way and gives the sweetest speech. he says to Jeannie, who is totally heartbroken, that he's never loved her so much and she's never bounced so good, and holds her. I think it's so lovely.
Yeah. They seem kind of a redemption arc for the dad, I suppose.
I think it shows there's weight to this thing as well. It is a kind of working class town with a story to it.
Yeah, 100%.
We get Nick and Alex together, and Alex is in this huge sweater, infamous from the poster.
So it's date night with Nick. They go back to the warehouse, I guess, with pizza. So they don't go out for a day, they just get pizza, take it in. Where as she's talking to him, she like takes her bra off under her shirt, like effortlessly as she's still talking. And it's like so fucking hot.
So apparently Jennifer Beals brought this from home and it had shrunk in the wash, but she'd cut the neck off, and that's why it looks the way it does.
It looks intentional. That's a big fashion statement right there.
The acting and how she takes the bra off isn't like magical, but it's the effortless.
It's just the way she does it. Like she's still talking, still having her dialogue. Talk to him about. It's one of the time her childhood is kind of brought up, where she says that she used to go and watch ballet, or was it on the TV or was it in person? Doesn't matter. But she's talking about how she used to listen to the music. But she's telling this story, this kind of monologue. But as she's doing, she's taking her bra off at the same time, like under her shirt. It's fucking so cool.
It's so cool, man.
And then she asks him to close his eyes and try and like picture the music, because that's what she does. And then he can't do it. I don't think he's just, I don't know. And then immediately it's just like, do I bang? Basically.
There's a big empty building. She does a spin. He's loving it. Alex gives a big speech about it being amazing dancing. She cries. She says she disappears. She's really good here.
She is really good. This seems weird for me though, because she's giving a sort of emotional speech about how much she loves dancing and stuff. She's crying. He walks up to her and sort of wipes the tear away, but then just slowly slides his hand in and just grabs her boob.
He touches her heart. She moves his hand. She does the titty slide.
No, that's fine. Whoever does it isn't really the issue. It's just like this. I thought this was going to be like an emotional scene where she like opens up to him.
This next dance is crazy.
I had to pause this. I got a headache. These strobe lights in this next scene are intense.
It's like a New Order set, so you've got so many strobe lights.
This is like a music video, you're right. This isn't like a movie. This feels like a really intense dance club music video. It's good. I mean, it's great. A great dance. A total like art house type.
The big owner though is shaking his head like, what is going on in my club?
But like, see, back in the day when I was at the club, I fucking love some strobe lights. I loved it when there's some strobe lights on, did you?
What do you mean?
Like, you're in the club, you're in the garage, or other clubs available.
You liked when the strobe light went off?
Strobe lights on.
What did you do? Did you move?
Because it's like, see that bit in Blade, where they're all sort of moving, but then, but then you're somewhere else, the lights would go off, and they go back on, and you move slightly.
Were you in the garage playing Blade? Oh man, Johnny C is at Mobby's and he gives Jeannie 100.
Weird scene. So Jeannie is the waitress, and he tips her 100.
After asking if she wants to do the horizontal mambo.
That's what he says.
That's horizontal mambo.
Horizontal mambo, and he tips her 100. But then, like, she kind of likes it.
She gives a wee wink to this caveman pal, like, oh, I'm in there.
But I think she's maybe just like, I thought she just like playing up to it because she got a big tip, and she's like, oh, if I charm this guy, maybe I can get some money off him. But like, later this comes back around in a totally unnecessary scene, which we'll get to.
Johnny C's laying the groundwork here. He's gonna wee wink to his pal, and he's like, here we go. We go back to the Suspiria school, the scary school.
Yeah, we're at the ballet, but we're actually seeing a performance here.
Yeah. Alex goes in attendance with Hannah.
Yep, and then once they leave, they see Nick, and he is, he's got another broad.
I was gutted.
Were you?
I was thinking he was stepping out on Alex, man.
No, immediately I was just like, I bet you this is a misunderstanding. This is far too obvious that he would go to the ballet, a place that he knows that she loves, and bring another date with him. He's no that stupid.
I thought he was married, maybe 2 kids.
Turns out to be his ex-wife, and he has to go to the ballet for some function because the part of the ballet committee, what is it?
Does not matter. Does not matter.
Some political reasons, him and his wife have got like stakes or they're shareholders or something in this ballet, so they need to attend or whatever. So that's why he's at the.
So Alex sees them together and she is a woman scorned, and Alex follows them home. Alex follows Nick home.
She tans his windows.
Man, this Alex is a maniac, and not just in the dance floor, right?
This is what I'm saying. This is where I start losing it a wee bit with Alex, right? She immediately turns his windows. This is a complete overreaction. Fair enough, see if he was cheating on her, or even if she's seen him or kissing the guy or whatever, then fair enough for this reaction. But all she's seen is a woman getting in his car. She doesn't even think for a second, who is this woman? Maybe she's somebody. It's not as if he kisses her or shows any romantic.
I mean, maybe don't fuck a teenager.
Again, this is all on him. He's fucking this crazy 18-year-old welder. But she goes mental, and not for the first time and not for the last time in this movie. She completely overreacts here.
Alex lets her guard down, man, and she thinks that, he hurt her. I'm with Alex here.
But why doesn't she, at least go to his door and be like, who the fuck was that? And then demand answers?
Because she's a maniac.
She's a maniac. She is so unhinged. This is where her character starts getting a wee bit, I don't know, they start losing me at this point in the movie. I'm really liking the movie up until this point. She just comes off a bit fucking mental, when not in a good way. She gets back to her house / cool, awesome warehouse.
Pure show, you said the dog?
Aye, the radiator's broke and she thinks the dog's pissed itself, am I right? That's what she thinks happened to her. And she sees that the radiator's broke and she immediately just starts fixing it while still wearing her frock.
And we get a chap at the door. And Richie's here.
I can't believe how much screen time this cunt's getting.
Richie's gone to LA.
Off what? Based off what? A semi-successful stand-up routine in a pub?
Mostly negative, though.
Exactly. He told one joke that wasn't even a joke. It got a kind of laugh and he's like, I'm going to LA and try and make it.
Too soon, Richie.
Again, this seems confusing because they hug and she's like, good luck in LA or whatever, and he's saying I'm leaving.
I think there's mostly decent male characters in this.
Yeah, apart from obviously Johnny C, who is like the worst of the worst.
Nick tries to buy her lunch the next day.
Again, she just starts shouting in the middle of the workplace. So unprofessional again. This isn't right in the work.
I like when they hug and the workers clap, man. That's like a pure... I like that. That's so 80s and nice, man.
No, but they have this like blowout argument. She's like, who's the whore or whatever? Like, why does she immediately go to like the worst case scenario? Why is she not just like, by the way, I seen a blonde girl in your motor, what fuck's that about?
She's 18.
Exactly. But she's not ready to be in a relationship with this fucking 40-year-old guy. He just gets older.
So they figure it out. He explains, ex-wife, they're just together for this formal thing that they do together. They hug, the workers clap, it's cute, Ryan disagrees. They go to dinner. Jennifer Beals wears this suit.
It's not a suit. She is wearing a tuxedo front, like Bugs Bunny, where this thing would roll up.
It is the coolest thing.
Oh no, she looks incredible.
It's like this warm lighting, her hair's done really cool. At dinner with Nick.
I don't know about you, this scene kinda was weird to me.
I've got the backstory on Johnny C and Nick.
Oh, cool, yeah, bring it.
He used to seal hubcaps with Johnny C.
Really? Oh my god, these cunts are for the 50s.
That's amazing. Oh man.
That's it. That's how he knows them, because they used to steal hubcap back in the hubcap game.
I used to seal Dusties with Mickey M. Did I ever tell you about that racket?
Oh my god. Wow.
I did used to steal Dusties and sell them in school.
Did you, eh? Who bought Dusties?
Oh, everybody.
I do you know what? People done that in my school as well.
I was living large. I was buying Watsits for everybody, man. Honestly.
Right, so this, I guess she's trying to be sexual because she's like very suggestively sucking on all this food. But this scene kind of seems odd to me because she seems like a completely different person. This scene seems like it's written by somebody else. I've wrote here, she is horny AF.
I don't even care, man. It is so worth it I think this scene's better than the bra scene. The ex-wife shows up, kinda knows out a joint because Alex is here with Nick.
And she says, I fucked his brains out.
Amazing.
She tells ex, which is a good scene and a good line.
This is where she takes the coat off and you see it's just the front of the tuxedo.
The tuxedo and completely backless. She's wearing nothing else.
I think she looks so cool.
It's, cool is one word for it.
Honestly,
She looks incredible.
it's so cool, mesmerising scene, man.
Yeah.
I think this is a lot like a giallo. It's got all these like rich reds in the score, and it's just the style and the sort of male gaze that's in this film. I think it's stunning.
Would you agree with me where this scene seems different? Like, she seems unnaturally like horny and like very, very sexual.
But they've had their first hurdle, so now she's a bit more trusting. I'm still with it entirely, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get where you're coming from, and I guess you're right, man. That's what it was like when you were 18. You'd have a fight with like your girlfriend or whatever, and then like you're right at it. Like, that's the thing. Like, all they do is seemingly talk about they're either talking or having sex, which is totally fine, or they're talking about dancing. You don't actually really see them connecting with anything else in this movie. I suppose Weldon, because like he's our boss, but do you really want to be talking about work with your boss?
I agree, but he champions her dreams throughout, man. That is kind of rare as well.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's totally for it. He's totally supportive. That's the thing. He is totally supportive of her career.
And she takes charge in this scene. He's not driving this scene. I kind of like that.
Yeah, even with the ex-wife, he's sort of not saying much, and she's the one that's totally just like takes over and like sort of just cuts this ex-wife down.
The ex-wife insults the fact that Alex welds and dances, and Alex totally owns it.
Yeah, oh no, she totally, she slaps her down here.
But she stays like polite as well, even when the wife insults her originally. Even when the wife walks away, she says charming or something like that.
Yeah, and she just smiles back at her.
Alex attends the Suspiria school again, and the receptionist, Lucy Lee Flippin, is sort of heading the school here, who will later become one of the judges and gives an incredible performance. I know from Little House on the Prairie. Sets up every roadblock possible to prevent Alex from getting into the school.
Yeah, she's like, you need a recommendation letter, and it's invite only.
It's totally gatekeeping, and Alex is just totally polite throughout.
Yeah, she just smiles at her and says that's fine.
Is totally aware of what this person is doing, but remains totally polite.
So am I right in saying that Alex goes into this place, finally gets the application, leaves, and then was Nick stalking her? Was he following her? Like, he seems to be sitting in the car just looking at her.
I like this scene. He does what she did to Alex. He turns it on her.
She's eating a burger or something?
She's, like a burger, a sandwich, and she's just taking regular sort of bites, but he plays on it and is kind of making her feel awkward as she takes bites of this thing. It's good.
Yeah, this scene's fine. Obviously, it's him trying to help Alex apply for the school because he's connections and stuff.
I like this making a phone call for Alex. This totally subverted my expectations of this character.
Yeah, no, he seems, apart from the age difference, which is a problem.
Totally successful and good to his workers. Good banter every day.
And he's not trying to get anything out of this from Alex. He just seems to genuinely like her.
Yeah.
And is wanting her career to succeed. So we go to the next scene, which is a Halloween party at the club.
The big owner, who I'll call Sal. Let's call him Sal.
He's a Sal. His name is Sal. It's never determined, but he's Sal.
Sal likes a hot dog.
Oh, he does. He likes some grits.
Oh, grits. Sal loves some grits.
He does. Richie is back immediately. He immediately fails.
Oh, he fell flat on his face, man.
This is I don't know if it's supposed to be a couple of months later or a couple of weeks later, but it feels like this is the next day. He's went to LA, immediately have every door and his face slammed, and he's just got back in the plane and went home with his tail between his legs.
I can't take a job as a waiter, I'm a cook. Kind of good line.
Yeah, he speaks to the waitress again here. I guess he's interested in her, but she's like, oh, I can't, I'm way... Does she flat out say, or does she imply that she's now with big Johnny C?
Jeannie and Richie he tries to get back with her. He thinks he can just pick it back up. Jeannie's with Johnny C. I've just got a note saying he's trouble, this hoodlum. He's 75.
He's like, hit the bricks, square. He's still using all that 50s pattern.
He would call you a square in a heartbeat.
Oh, 100% aye.
This is a sad welding scene. We get a sad welding scene. Opens letter. So we get a letter, which is the response to the...
Yeah, she doesn't open it immediately. She takes it to work. I guess. She doesn't have the courage to open it straight away. She opens it and work. She's accepted, she's delighted, she's walking about her work all happy. She bumps into Nick. He pretends that he doesn't know anything about it. He's all happy for her and says, oh, we should celebrate, let's go to dinner tonight. So they go to dinner.
We get what a feeling the instrumental.
It's very nicely done.
Good build up.
Yeah, it's good build up to what's going to come. So we have the dinner scene or whatever, and that's fine. Then we have the scene where they're driving home. They're in a tunnel, heavy traffic. This isn't like a wee Shanna. And she just fucking loses her temper again. He slips up, he says that he's reserved the table last night, and she figures like, well, how could you have reserved the table if I didn't tell you about the letter? And she figures that he knew this was coming, because he phoned to put in a good word for her. She goes fucking mental. Once again, her temper is out of fucking control. She is a maniac.
Alex does it off her own back. She doesn't need no Jack.
I understand that, but she's out of control. She nearly crashes his motor. He pulls over in the middle of this fucking busy tunnel. She gets out of the car, throws her shoes at him. You've seen this in Glasgow. This is a Sauchiehall Street throwing shoes at your man patter.
Were you there for the maniac scene? You've learned that Alex is a maniac.
But when to the music, yes, but not just in life.
I mean,
she's got issues. She's got some serious anger issues.
You bang an 18-year-old, you deal with it. That's on you, Nick.
Aye. Again, he's not getting this with the ex-wife. She's probably safe.
I like how fiery Alex is, man. I like all of this. I like that, yeah, she wanted to do it for herself and she sees this as but that's how the world is. Phone calls get you in and that's how it works.
100%, but even if she just has a stern word with him, or even if she just shouts at him, it's just like, fuck you, I can't believe you done that, but she, like, nearly crashes this car. She throws her shoes at him. She goes completely over.
Hey, Giorgio, can you do this scene where she has a stern word with him? do.
There's nothing wrong with a stern word.
Alex visits Hannah. Hannah is proud. Alex asks, what if I don't make it? Hannah replies, I know you will. Alex calls for Jeannie and finds out that she's at Zanzibar working the pole for Johnny C.
So, this scene, you know me, I like my nips.
I know you, nip guy.
I like my nips. This scene's depressing. I've never been to a real strip club, but this is the most horrific strip club I've ever seen in a movie.
The Zanzibar is a downer, man.
Oh, this is so depressing. And even
poor Jeannie, man.
Jeannie is like, what is she doing? She's like lying on the floor, just kicking her legs up.
Oh,
she doesn't even want to be there. This is pretty dark, this scene.
Listen, you can keep ice skating. You can try again.
Aye, so she's fell on hard times because she failed an ice skating audition. Like, fucking stand back up and do it again. Like, you don't need to work the pole.
We get the impression like Zanzibar's less say a family establishment and a bit more grim. It's like it's rammed, and I feel like it's 10:35 in the morning.
Totally. It's really busy. It's full of these sleazy guys, but it's like a Tuesday afternoon or something. And all the women it's good set design. I think it's obviously by design making this place look like a pure hellhole because it looks horrible, man. Oh,
this big like caper sort of breaks out. This like Benny Hill sort of.
So JC basically tries to like oh, what the fuck you doing to Alex because she's pulling her friend at the club and she's like, oh fuck off, and she pushes him and he like falls over onto the sort of stripper pole stage and like knocks down a poor woman.
I like the Jeannie and Alex hugging Rain. This is a nice scene.
She throws all the money. She's like, is it worth it or whatever? And then there's a kind of side scene where like she's picking up all her money for a puddle. And it's kind of depressing that like
I'd have picked it up, man.
It's depends how much it is, man.
But you know, getting down for, come on. It's all notes. I'm getting down for any note.
Aye. What is the like? See when you drop money,
20 pence.
20 pence. Thank you. Like,
do you know what? These days, I'm getting down for a 10.
Are you? Aye.
I'm probably getting down for a 10. I'm not proud.
I'm proud. I'm not proud. I'm just too awkward. Let's see if I drop a 10p in a shop. And there's a queue. I'm not going down to pick it up.
Check you money bags.
Like a 50, you're diving for it. A 20, you want it. But you need to judge her situation.
Who are you? You're not going for a 20.
No, I'll go for it if there's nobody there, but see if it's like holding people up. I'm no like holding a queue up for a 20.
Oh, I'll hold a queue up for a 20 pence. Aye.
If it's several 20 pences, then of course, but if
Fucking
it's just one
Scrooge
single...
McDuck here, man. Getting him and diving into his pool of 50 pences. Walking home in the rain, we get all these like liquor signs in the rain, and it's like really sad. And the town feels like Pottersville from Wonderful Life. You know, the bad version.
Reference. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
she gets home, and Nick is waiting for her again. He's just waiting about her house, man. Like, he's got too much time in his hands. He's following her in the car. He's waiting for her at the house.
She's patched him a couple of times and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, so he's waiting for her at the house. She lets him in. They have a fight, man. This fight's pretty ugly, man. She gets violent with him.
Yeah, there's hands, man. Yeah, it's brutal.
But he basically says, keep hitting me and see what happens or something like that. Like, kind of weird.
Is that right?
Aye, this scene, again, this is where it's losing me because like I really like this character at the start, but her mad violent outbursts. So we've had putting a brick through his window, getting out the car in the middle of the road and throwing shoes at him, and now she's like slapping fuck at him. Like, she's very aggressive, man, and angry. It's no a good...
I think he kills it with the when you give up your dream, you die.
Yeah, I mean, this scene calms down. It's just the sort of, the violence is a bit much. I get they're having an argument, but the fact that she's slapping him, they have another scene which I think is accidental. She slaps him, but she sort of hits the lamp, the blind, and it like it's one of those roller blinds that bounces up. I think that was accidental, but it kind of looks cool.
He is good, man. He constantly just steps back and like, yeah.
Essentially, like, without getting into it too much, she basically agrees to do it. We now found out that the old lady dies.
Hannah passed away. Alex visits the home.
Oh, that's it.
Hannah's
yeah.
in.
They tell her that she's just passed away. It shows you shots of her room, and she's got all these like old ballet like memorabilia and trophies and stuff.
Yeah, we get these tracking shots of younger Hannah's large life, which Alex sort of craves.
Yeah.
But it's certainly a build-up of this is our one and only shot.
Because after this, after she visits Hannah and sees all her stuff or whatever, she then goes back to the club and quits essentially. She starts cleaning out her locker. And I don't know if there's actually a scene where she flat out says that she quits.
There's a
she's
scene...
speaking to one of the other flash dancers who...
Older dancer suggests slitting her wrists.
Yeah, I think she was making like a dark joke because Alex never looks sad or depressed.
But this dancer says she used to have dreams when she started at 17. She's only about 26, I think.
But she's playing this scene as if she's like 40 odd. She's playing it as if she's like the old veteran of the club game. But you're right, she does look about 26, but maybe she just...
She does this monologue that she's into costume making, and it is so sad. She goes on to say... I find this scene haunting, man. It's like...
Aye, is it weird? It's weird, this scene.
It's like if things didn't work out for Rizzo in Greece, this is where she
Oh, that's a good shout, yeah, aye.
Like,
and you know things didn't work out right for Rizzo in Greece.
Oh, poor Rizzo.
I don't know what happened to her, but you know it wasn't good. No.
It's not good what happened to Rizzo. No. I wouldn't watch that one, would you? What
the Rizzo sequel?
The later in life Rizzo sequel?
I don't think there is a sequel to that one. I think that ends pretty abruptly.
Man, when this dancer is going on this monologue about the costumes, I would have slowly backed out of the room during
exactly. This. What is she? She's pure like... She is giving her life story here, and she's like...
She says, I've got the costumes in my truck if you want to see them sometime.
Is that a joke? Is that like a dark joke that
no,
she's making to her?
No. I think it implies she's living in her truck.
Yeah, yeah. And I think maybe that's what Alex sees, that this is her future.
It's the contrast of the scene in Hannah's room, and it works well. It's thick, but it works well.
She goes to the confessional booth, and this is kind of like, well, it's a good back and forth, because like, there's two confessional booths, one at the start of the movie, one at the end of the movie, kind of closing it all off.
Bookends a finale that by this point I'm already thinking this is going to be something.
I knew this was the finale because I remember this scene from like pop culture, and I remember that Jerry Halliwell video and stuff. Like I was waiting for this scene. I remember there was a scene where there was a bunch of judges in a room looking at her and she has to dance. I remember that, and I remember having not seen it yet, so I thought that must be the end.
The scene is blocked in my mind, and it always has been.
It's a very iconic scene, and with good reason, because it's fucking phenomenal.
She pulls this vinyl out of her bag as if it's the only object in the bag.
Yeah.
With purpose. This is amazing already. We have a row of these stiff judges.
They're all smoking and stuff.
I've heard this song a million times. It moves in the genre and style in which Alex performs and what she's learned throughout the movie. It is crazy what happens in this movie, man. She starts so classy with these roles, but she stumbles.
And then she asks to start again.
And we learn she's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, she would have ran before.
Yeah, this is her being like, she takes control basically. She fucks up, but she asks them to start again, which I don't even feel allowed to do that. But she's
does
not
it.
really asking permission, she's mostly just saying that I'm going to start again.
Gets up, starts
Changes
the
the vinyl
record again,
yep.
Does the needle drop, composes herself.
Does it again, perfectly.
This is the threat of Genie.
Yeah.
So she's over that hurdle now. She's starting
she
again.
Stumbled but not fallen, basically.
And now she's just got the confidence to do this thing, and I am not prepared for what's about to happen. They are clearly already sick of it. She's lost them already. The secretary that we mentioned, who's already been dismissive, is on the panel and side eyes with kinda with interest as she starts this dance again.
I like that one of the judges starts toe tapping a wee bit.
We get a bit of toe tapping. They're kinda getting interested in this. Does jumps and stuff like that. There's like really cool leg work. Yep. They are loosening up a wee bit for this.
She starts getting into it, man.
Man, when she starts punching the air, yep. I am so into this.
You're sitting there at 2 o'clock in the morning watching us punching the air yourself.
My God, Rido, man. Oh, so the build up for the chorus of the song, right? She checks over her shoulders really quickly, as if she's checking her blind spots.
Yep.
I lost my mind. She does those cool little checks, little feet stomp. First chorus, what a feeling, then does this slide into the splits.
Yep. I remember that.
Oh my God, man. She goes up to these clowns.
And points at them.
She points at every single judge individually.
Yep.
She points at one of them. This first woman spins and points to the next one, the secretary that was dismissive of her. Spins again and points to this other one with both hands.
Yep.
Spins and it's out of shot, but we presume points at the snotty one, man.
Yeah.
I am losing my mind at this point. She's telling them, look at me.
Oh, she's I
am not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh man, my heart's racing right now saying
Can
this.
I tell you something? I love this. I love watching this.
I can't believe this.
My most enjoyable part of Flashdance so far is how much you love this. I love it too, by the way, but it's a shame this isn't a video podcast because you're like beaming, like you've went a wee bit red. Your face is, you're all happy. No, but it's good.
It's pure cinema.
I love this. Oh, it's amazing. It's incredible.
If there's things they tell you that would happen if you had a time machine, we'd go back and kill Hitler. I'd do that second. I'd go back and watch this first, I think.
I can imagine this in a packed cinema and everybody going fucking mental.
Can you imagine seeing this?
And I see a cinema in like the Bronx or something in New York at the time this was out on like a Friday night. There'll be people dancing up and down the fucking aisles, weren't there?
Oh, I would be dancing up and down the aisles, man.
This is fucking amazing.
They're pelting people for singing Is It the Bodyguard at the live show.
Yeah.
They better hope they don't bring this to Glasgow, because my buns will be up and down the aisle, man. I'll be punching the air. We'll get to it.
You'll
right?
be pointing at guns.
Oh, I'll be pointing at everybody. I've already rewound this twice at this point, this dance. I am losing it here. The punching of the air. The kicks. Spins in one leg, right? She goes flat at this point on her back and elevates with her arms and arches.
Yep.
Does hip thrusts and it's so friggin' hot, man. She points at the wall. Does a couple of flips all by silhouette. A huge jump in the air. Did you see this jump?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Are you want to interject at any of this?
No, I'm loving this because I've just wrote down that I love this dance, but you've actually done it. You've broke this down like move for move, which is amazing. I can't believe you've done this, and it's great.
Runs and jumps in the air. We get it in slow motion. She turns it into the backspin that she learned watching the breakdancers earlier in the movie, man. My face is tingling, man. She saw that earlier. The guy with the big ass cigar spits it out. He's losing his mind. The stuffy secretary is crying at this point. She claps and motions. Oh my god. She can't believe what she's seen. The spin is mesmerising, man.
That's the word I've wrote, mesmerising, because it is mesmerising. That's the best way to describe this.
You're kind of lost for... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is... I don't know how long I've seen this. It's not that long. It's only like 2 minutes long, but you're like... It is mesmerising. You're sort of in a trance watching this because it's just so fucking impressive.
It's the confidence in the way in which... Like, the camera moves with her as she backs up at this point, and she does these punches, and the music goes with every single punch. It is cut so well.
Oh yeah, and she's beaming, she's so happy, she's got the big frizzy hairs all going. I don't really like this ending where she runs up to Nick and he's got flowers and then it just ends there. It's kind of anticlimactic for me.
But it cuts back to what Hannah said about the flowers, and you know, he's our biggest fan.
I get it. I don't know.
Nick's waiting on Alex.
I like that the dog's there. Nick and the dog are waiting for her.
The dog's wearing a massive bow.
Oh, yeah, that's a cute dog. That is cute.
That means Nick was so confident in her. He had that dog wrapped, man. That kills me.
That's true. I didn't think we thought that.
He gives all this big bunch of roses and she gives him a single rose.
Gives him the one, yeah.
I wrote OMFG. Flashdance?
That's Flashdance. Would you call that... that last sequence there, that last scene, would you call that one of the greatest scenes in movie history?
It rocked my world.
It's pretty amazing. I don't think I've ever experienced a dance scene in any movie that's made me feel like that. I really, really like this movie. When I suggested that, I wasn't sure what to think. This was a completely different movie than I was expecting it to be. I thought this was a family-friendly PG musical in the sort of same vein as Grease. But just because it wasn't doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I thought the darkness of it worked really well in parts. I thought Jennifer Beals was amazing. Not only was she just so classy and incredibly beautiful, but her performance was really good. The character flaws they gave her, making her so angry and violent, was a bit unnecessary. It sort of made me dislike her a bit more than I think it should have. But maybe that's just me. But the way this movie's shot, the way it looks, the choreography, the dancing is incredible, and I'm not a dance fan. I don't know the first thing about dancing, but I think that's the point. The fact is that me, a novice, I'm just so fucking invested whenever somebody's dancing on screen, especially that last scene, because the way it tells a story of the whole movie, it basically retells and recaps the whole movie in 1 2-minute final scene. Here's where she was and now here's where she is, and she puts it all in his performance, basically using just her face, because it's not her body, it's a body double. So the only acting Jennifer Beals can do is with her facial expressions, and she fucking kills it. As you're saying that bit where she's pointing at the judges and she's punching the air and stuff, it's like, it's all her and it's all raw emotion. What's that? Is it? Killing it. But yeah, excellent, man. Coconuts. Soundtrack alone is incredible. Dance numbers are incredible. Jennifer Beals, a great leading actress. I'll knock it down maybe 1 or 2 for Richie, the annoying comedian, and for the whole sort of weird age difference between her and Nick. I don't think I loved them as much as you did, the couple. I liked that he did support her career, but he was kind of stalking her a wee bit, and he was her boss. It is a kind of weird, somewhat problematic relationship, so I don't like that. But in general, love this movie. Anytime there was dancing, I was loving it. I would say 3.5 out of 5.
I think Flashdance rules, man. Jennifer Beals is intense as Alex. The relationship between the electronic score and this like cold, hard, sleazy kind of town, it's so wild. And I love this like really driven protagonist. It's like a disco fantasy, and I am like in awe of Jennifer Beals on this. I think it is. She was 18. It's that character though, and the confidence in what she. Amazing. The choreography is intimidating. I'm really moved through dance, and this totally wrecked me. Michael Nouri is amazing in this as the love interest Nick. Just a nice guy with a big pure heart who's rooting for her. He's so lovely in this. He's the kind of guy you want to be who can kind of keep it chill. I agree. I totally agree. The work thing, not cool. The age relationship, not cool. Sign of the times, both, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think there's way worse examples of this. I think this is quite romantic. I don't think he responds to any of our negativity. I think he always tries to keep it positive.
Yeah, no, that's true. He absolutely does.
He doesn't seem to show any signs of ownership or anything like that.
No,
He's
he lets
just
her be her own person and stuff.
constantly rooting for this person because he knows she's got so much potential.
Mm-hmm.
That dance was so fucking cool, man. I think Flashdance is one of the greatest American movies ever made. I think it's magic captured on film. This was total entertainment. This is total Bruckheimer, Don Simpson entertainment.
I get that.
Thank you so much for suggesting this, man. This is exactly what this is all about. I cannot wait to watch this again. Thank you. 4.5 out of 5 coconuts. I was blown away by this.
Yeah. I only give it 3.5, so I wasn't as affected by you, but I certainly loved this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to.
I love to be corrected. My favourite thing in the world is to do that initial thing where you're possibly dismissive and then you watch it and you go, you know what? I was wrong. That was fantastic. Because it totally surprises you.
Yeah, 100%.
I've always lumped this in with the rest of them. All the other musicals that end up just getting watered down via various theatre productions through various cities. I thought Flashdance was another one of those. I knew Giorgio was involved, but then watching this thing was just this mix of cold steel and like hot disco. I think this has haunted me since I watched it. I think this is incredible.
Yeah, I agree. A complete shocker for us, I think, like, turn up for the books in a good way. We went into this movie thinking, I'll just pick Flashdance because it's like a movie for the 80s. We've not really covered the 80s that much. It's female-led. We've not really had a lot of female-led movies. Let's just watch it. That's the reason I picked it.
Yeah, solid choice, man.
And we've come out of it, like, finding a movie that we both fucking adore. Yeah. And let's see if we can go 2 for 2 next week.
Next week, Marvel Mania.